Right, this is where I am today. I'm going to take you in here. So what we're doing, you might remember this actually, because that was the door I hung. That's the window we put in, so it's all been painted, skimmed. So that's what I'm doing today, is just building up these units. We've got that one there, that wall unit there, we'll have the base unit there, worktop's going across there, and then there's going to be a worktop across here, across there, which is going to be a little desk, got under there, and on the floor. That garage will be up and in soon. Get sorted out and get cracking. First job, cup of tea. Right, what we've done here, we found the centre of the room, which is there, and we've marked 18mm, 18mm, because that's the side of the unit. Then we'll come over 1000, which is there. Coming 18mm, that's where the bracket's going, there. As you can see, I've done the same here. 1000, coming 18mm, that's where your bracket goes. That's all we're doing now, is putting the brackets on and we'll get the units up. Right, so just going to make one unit. So put all these towels in, look. Now we're putting all these, cams in, look. There are there, that's the top. There, so that goes. Just didn't do the walls get coated. What we're doing here, look, just sliding the holes up with the screw holes, little 10. It's fast, boss. Look, if you see, the corner there, straight out the packaging from B&Q. We'll touch that up, look. So anyway, that's the units made. Well, the top look as well. There. So we put a stud in this wall, some timbers along here. We couldn't remember where there was, so we drilled a couple of holes and we found the centre. So that's where the wall brackets are going. So we're in solid timber then. We'll get these units on the wall. I need to put my gas down for this. Right, this is, I put this wall in here, right, and look at that gap. Right, you're about what, 80, 89? Right, about 89. Right, come to the other side. You're going to be upside down on the measurements. Right, you've got 86-ish. And then I go to about 90 mil. And then, I don't know what that one is there because I can't see it. We're, about 93 mil. Because I didn't do this now, someone else did it. I've got the units up there. All up. So we're going to make up the base unit now. 101, and that's going there. We'll have a sink and tap in it. Right, then if you can see, we've set the laser line up. And I've got these new toys, look. And what you do, you get it in the white line there, look. If you look across here, no, the green, there you go, I don't know if you can see it, the green is in the white. When you go there, at the back, it's in the white, and it's the same as the one over there. Should be in the white line. Yeah. So now we know that unit is all nice and level. We'll get it screwed to the wall. Well, we didn't show you making this one, but we've got it drilled out for there, drilled out for there. There we've got the shells in now. So, plus we did the floor, so we know the floor's reasonably level. About a millimetre out. What's a millimetre? Right, I've just had to pop up to get a bit of wood, but come back, it started raining. So I've got, I like to spin you around, that's my setup. 3 metre shelter, so I can get my van, underneath, so I'm all nice and dry. Got my little workbench set up, worktops, and there. What I'm doing now is, a piece of timber across here for the first worktop, and then the next worktop, I think, with the same height as the table in there, which is, we'll just say 800, might be a bit lower, but we're going to go 800, which is only going to be 400 mil across there to there. So I'm going to change the battery. Oh, first things first, again, cup of tea. The 18. Now, you couldn't do that if you wanted to, could you? There, there's a screw there. I've just hit it. There, look. What I could do, I prove there's a screw there. A real strong magnet there. And if I put it on where I've just put it, there should be a screw there. Look. There you go, look. That's what I was saying. I drilled that hole there, look. The screw in here. We don't believe there's a screw there, plasterboard screw, right? And if I stick a magnet on it, bang, look at that. So that's how you find out where your screws are. There's another one here, see, look. There. And if I go a bit higher, keep going till I find another one. There you go. There's another one. I might have to stinge that one a bit. Then we'll go in, punch it that way. There we go, got it. So that's going to support that. I'm going to come off here. Worktop to 600. So I'm going to come up 550, I think. Let's turn that down a bit. So if you look there, look, I've just chamfered the end, so when to the worktop instead of being square. It looks a lot better on the 45 like that. So I've only got one fix in there, hopefully one there, so try and mark that again, like that. Yeah, when I built this, we knew we weren't going to be square somewhere, so what I did was start with this wall first, and then I squared this wall off, because look, you see how square it is, right? And then when we come to the other side, when all that wall's square, square there, look, see how much it's out? So instead of messing about, because the reason we left it like that, because if we'd have squared that up, we'd have had one reveal, we just go a bit overboard, say 3 inch. That reveal would have been 4 inch, and we wanted the reveals the same. So that's why we've left it that was square here. So that's why that's like that. So when I cut my worktop, and I've got a square, so I'll measure from that point to that point, then I'll measure from the front to there, then I'll cut that one off square if you like. Shop still goes back, my new toy will come out. But first I'm going to finish my brew before it gets cold. Just me and my new radio. And if you notice, all my tools, look, are black and yellow. Oh, black and yellow. Black and yellow. Only the best. None of this Mickey Mouse stuff. Anyway, I've stubbed my brew, so that's enough just jabbing away. Let's get on with it. Right, I've just asked them how high they want this top. I want it the same height as the kitchen table, which is 750. So what I did, laminate. So I added 12mm to that, 5mm to that, that gave me a measurement. Then I took off 28mm, because that's the thickness of the worktop. And then that should take me back down, get to the bottom of the worktop. Short timber to go in there. But I decided to put these on first. So as you can see, well, there's a line. It's all along there. So I thought I'll put them on. Then it's just a case of cutting the worktops. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a nice square edge on the worktop here. It's all chipped. So a nice square edge. I know I'm square off that wall. So you square, look, you square that up to the front. We know that's square across there now. These are 2400, I think. Yeah, 8 foot, 2440. So I've got plenty to play with. I've got 2200 and I'm 2400 here. Out comes the new toy, look. Plunge so the blade sits flush. And then you plunge it down. So what I do, I set my depth to what I want, which is, I think these are 28mm, I think. 28mm. So I'm going to go 30mm. I'm going to cut through all that thing. So, first time I've used this, so I'm not just sure it works. There you go. So as you can see, look, it sits on the track. Let's see if it's square. That's all square. That seems to work alright. I have got some extraction somewhere, so I think I'm going to get my over out put the over in it for extraction, because it just chucks out the back, you see. That's okay. See if that's nice and square off that edge there. Yep, happy with that. That's okay, so now, because we're off square, I'm going to have to turn it upside down the right way and get the measurements now. I've got 2 metre, 170. So 12 metre 170 is there. Like that, but I'm going to come in a bit. So gives me a couple of mil to play with. So I'll measure the front now. 2177 is there. So I'm about 7 milli out on the wall. I think I said earlier, I knew the wall was out anyway. So that's what I want off. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put a bit of tape on. I'm going to do a trial cut to see what it cuts like. Because really you're supposed to cut them upside down, but because I'm cutting on the wonky side, so I'm going to tape that up. And I'll just go through all that with a track and see what it cuts like. So I'm just taking the end off the end ring. Taking the end off the end ring, and let's look at it. That fits on there, so then that will look onto there like that. And I shouldn't get much dust now. So it plunges down again, sorry. I get some dust, but not a lot. See what the cut's like. Ah, yeah, that's alright, so I'll do the same then. Tape it up. And that one's going to be about extraction. Tell you what else you can use this as well. When you're cutting out your sink and your hob, because it's a plunge saw, you can actually do it in situ. Just plunge it down and cut across. So to me, well, we're 400 quid. So, well, I bought that. I bought a big charger, and then I got battery for free. So that, got the palm sander out. Gets rid of any ragged edges. So sometimes if you lift if you lift it, you can chip it. So I'm going to try and get this in there now. No, I haven't. Forgot something. Got to cut it down to 20 mil. Why don't you remind me? Let's get cutting. Careful. Right, it's a bit tight. Only a bit. Not there, look. So I'm not going to force it in. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take it back out. I'll cut a couple of mil off the straight edge here, I think. And I just want to slide it in. I don't want to force it in. That's what some people will really force it in. And you're pushing all your walls out and everything, especially if it's only plasterboard. So I'm going to take it back out, recut it. It's a Friday morning, and oh hi, cup of tea, cup of tea, yeah. Right, it's a Friday morning, and what we're doing today, well actually what we're doing, laminating this floor today. Right, what I've done there, look, I've cut the door casing to the laminate. You can see that it goes under the door casing. So, just done this bit. So now, I'm just going to try and get that out. I might have to multi-tool it a bit further yet, because it's still a bit tight. Pop out of there now, there we go. So then the laminate will slide under there like that. Can you see that? That slides under there now like that. We've just got to somehow get that bit in there now. What we have to do, we've got a tiny bit to cut off. I've got 5 mils to cut off this. Then we'll cut it back 5 mil there, so it's only about 5 mil. Well, then jobs are good and for skating, I mean for laminate. Stick in there like that. Oh yeah, something else I do as well. Supposed to leave a 10 mil gap. So what I do, look. Just get a couple of 5 mil packers. And I put them in there. And then just go along up. That gives you roughly your 10 mil gap all the way around. So we've got a piece to put in here, but we're putting a full piece in here. Look, there's another 10 mil gap. So I'll put 10 mil there. I'll get some more packers. I'll use them ones. Oh, I can't get them ones out. Put 10 mil there. And I'll measure that gap from there to there, and a piece of laminate in there. Just like that. That floor is in. There you go, hammer the floors in. That's in. We'll put a piece in there. And if you see there, look, there's got a bit of a gap there. But by the time you put your 10mm in, you're left with about 5mm. Right, so it's pointless cutting a piece of laminate down 5mm to fit in there. So we're just going to get some flat trim, put a bit of flat trim over that. Yeah, so Chris has just popped out to get some skating board. So we're going to get skating board around the architraves. Skating board round there. Deco panel in there, which I might put in now actually while he's out. Right, I've just put the deco panel on. I've left a couple of little so the floor can move. So I've done that. I've cut the door down so the door shuts now. So I thought I'd do them while Chris is going to get some skating board. Because that's how we roll. If somebody pops out, we don't just sit on our ass and wait for them to come back. We'll crack on with other bits what we can be doing. And that door shuts like a dream. I'm going to look at maybe just closing the gaps up on some of these doors while I'm waiting. Although the gaps are too big, they are equal spacings. So we're going to sort them out. I know we've still got little panels to put in here yet. And in there. But like I said, I think we're going to get a deco panel and cut that down. But them doors are white, they're not blue, they're white. We just left all the film on. So it's hard to see, but if you look, this is the office. I don't think I've got a picture of it when it was a garage. Yeah, Chris has just come back now. So next job for us then, skating boards. Right, just about finished on this office. Oh, by the way, yeah, don't know if I've said this before, but look at that door, doesn't it sound good? So as you can see, laminate all down, skating boards are on. Oh, we'll put that bit of feed across there, look. So we'll put skating boards all on. And on there, deco panels on. Plinth, that bit. And if you look there, we had to put a tiny join in there because that was the last piece we had. So we just put a little join in there, look. Obviously we've got all the arc on, good miters. Yeah, go good they are. Yeah, good miters then. We've still got these to do. We're going to get a door to cut down, make some fillets. Same with that one to do there. And there's a window board to go there. Other than that, look, it is finished. What colour are you doing the door, Chris?
I think it's going to be painted white, so I'll check with the boss.
Yeah. So the door still needs painting, but he's going to check with the boss and see what the boss wants. Yeah, it is 10 to 3 on Friday. Look, and I should be home at this time. But that's it, all finished. Like I say, a couple of little bits to do. Oh, and there's handles to put on. Well, they're not a big job.